Hi, my name is Kirsten Kloss with New Lucid Television. Show the story, engage audiences, and spread the word. What I'd like to talk to you about today is the concept of Skype interviews. We at New Lucid have come up with a very simple process that gives any company, any individual, a chance to broadcast out their messaging in an interview format. The concept basically is what you see on CNN. When people come in or are brought in on a Skype call and interviewed by the host of the show, what happens is you get to understand what that person's about, and it's all done in an environment that builds trust because someone is interviewing that person. Now put yourself in that same position and imagine you have a product or a service and you want to offer that and you want to sell that. Now one way to do that is to sell it directly to the camera, and that seems rather pushy and hard selling. However, if you were to take that and turn it into an interview process where I interview you about your products or services, then you can turn that into a very powerful trust building tool because it's now a show about your product. So here's an example of what it looks like to do a Skype interview. Here we have a picture-in-picture, and that would be the guest on a Skype call, and I'd be asking that person questions about his product or service, and then I just get answers from that person. It's basically it's a live switch show during a Skype call. And I'll just cut to a couple other shots. Here we have a shot where he's actually a tight shot of you're actually watching him communicating through his Skype call. And we go back to a side-by-side. You've seen this many times on CNN. And you can even cut it to a web camera, or I should say a desktop sharing, so we can take a look at a website. So we'll cut to a website, switch to different. Now here we're looking at the New Lucid website, and we could be talking about the services offered and illustrating it using the video on the website. We can pull in videos, we can pull in all kinds of different logos. All of that can be switched in. Essentially, you'll be talking to the audience about your products or services. Now, if you see here, your name can be entered in the bottom thirds, and you can put a subtitle with some information about your company, a website, or what have you. It's a new concept. It's something that we've been selling now for a while, but we're polishing it, and it's a really engaging way to market yourself in 2012. One other thing I should mention is that the service also includes an option to host your own web show on our servers. Now we charge $150 for a half an hour interview, and we also charge $150 for a monthly fee. We will host a web show where we can go into more detail about your product or service. We can actually create a registration form that leads to a rebroadcast of a show that can last 20 minutes, half an hour to an hour, that is more of a detailed information about your product or service. You can run your PowerPoint. We will capture that at the same time as you're doing your presentation. So we can do a Skype interview introducing you. You can use that as squeeze videos on YouTube. You can promote it on your website, and then we can do an expose, which is an actual event that basically becomes a webinar killer, where we host it all on our website as a monthly fee, and then you can basically have a set it and forget it lead generation machine online. So check it out, New Lucid Television. newlucid.com. Thanks very much for joining. Hopefully we can serve you in the future.